Gita, but this is one of the prominent verse which explains the root cause of the living entities coming in this world. Why we are here in this world? What is the cause? So it explains Purusha Prakriti Stohi. Purusha, basically, we say Purusha is the Supreme Lord, the Supreme Person of Godhead. Krishna is the Purusha. But in this context, the Purusha, the living entity, all of us are called the Purusha. So Krishna is also Purusha, he is Adi Purusha. Purush means basically the literal meaning of Purusha means one who is the enjoyer. So who is the enjoyer? So actually Krishna is the only enjoyer. And then there is a Prakriti. So Purush and Prakriti. Purush means one who is the enjoyer and Prakriti means enjoyed. So that is the meaning of Purusha and Prakriti. So Krishna is the Supreme Purusha. And then this material nature is the Prakriti. We say that nature is the Prakriti, and also the living entities in this world, they are also Prakriti. We are also enjoyed, meaning that Krishna is the supreme enjoyer, Bhoktaram Yagutapsam Sarvaloko Maheshwaram. And then we are all living entities. We are designed to give enjoyment to Krishna. But when the living entity try to become the enjoyer, when we try to become the Purusha, means the enjoyer. So then what happens? Purusha Prakriti Stohi. As soon as the living entity try to become the Purusha or we are the Purusha, we get situated in the Prakriti. Prakriti Istho. We get sthit in the material nature, in the material world. Why? The reason is Bhunkte. Bhunkte means to enjoy. So when the living entity has the desire to enjoy, then we get settled in this nature, in this material world. And when we come to this material world, Bhunkte Prakriti Jan Gunan. And this material nature is made of three modes of material nature. Prakriti Jan Gunan. Gun means the three modes of material nature. So when we desire to enjoy Bhunkte, then immediately we come to this material world and we get in contact with Prakriti Jan Gunan. The guna of this Prakriti, the three modes of material nature. So everyone in this material world is under the influence of one of the three modes. The three modes, Krishna will explain that. So here, Krishna in this chapter actually, so if we see the whole flow of Bhagavad Gita, total there are 18 chapters in Bhagavad Gita. And the 18 chapters can be divided into three sections. The first 6 chapters is talking about the Karma Yoga. And the middle 6 chapters talking about the Bhakti Yoga. And the last 6 chapters talks about the Gyan Yoga. So this last section of this 6 chapters starts from 13th chapter. So from here on, the Gyan Yoga begins. Gyan Yoga means Krishna is actually giving the knowledge. What this world is all about, who are we, why we are here, and all those kind of knowledge Krishna is starting to give from this chapter on. So this particular verse, actually this statement is a very, very important statement that explains that why the living entity comes here in this material world. The root cause is bhunkte. As soon as we desire to enjoy in this material world, immediately will come Purusha Prakriti Stohi. We get situated in this Prakriti and then we get in contact with the Prakriti Jan Gunan. Three modes of material nature. And we start acting in this world under the influence of different modes. People think that I can act in this world the way I want. But very little we know is we are never independent to act in this world. We are constantly acting under one of the modes, which are all subtle signs. It's nothing some gross thing that we can see. But we see from the Shastra Chakshu, from the eyes of the scriptures, that we are constantly influenced by the three modes. And then what happens? Karanam Guna Sanghasya. Then the cause of our being here in this material world is Guna Sangha. That we are in association, we are in contact with the gunas. And that keeps us binding here in this material world. And based on what guna we are influenced by, there are three kinds of modes, Satogun, Rajogun and Tamogun. And based on what mode influences us, and that kind of body we get. So living entity gets the body based on the root cause is the desire to enjoy. And then how you will enjoy and what kind of body you will enjoy depends on what kind of guna, what kind of mode you get in contact with. Satogun, then a different body. Rajogun means different body, and Tamagun means different body. But you remain bounded here in this material world. Root cause is bhungte, the desire to enjoy. Krishna bhuliya jeev bhog vancha kare nikatastha maya tare japati adare. Chaitanya Charitamrita explains that as soon as the living entity forgets Krishna or turn away from Krishna and bhog vancha kare, when we desire to enjoy independent from the Lord, then nikatastha maya tare japati adare. So the maya, japatiya means it pounces on the living entities and immediately pulls you down in this material world. And once you come in this material world, then you have to be tied, you have to be bound. How do you bound? So that three ropes. Ropes are like the three modes. So then we are bound by these three modes, and based on those modes, sad asat yoni janmasu. We take the different yonis, different species, different forms, different bodies. It can be good bodies or bad bodies. Sad or asad. Sometimes the human bodies are considered like the good life, but in that also there is a gradations. Shastra explains there are 8.4 million different species of life. 84 lakh yoniya, they say. Right? So there is gradations. There's various different varieties. So even in the human form of life, there are 400,000 different varieties of humans. Now you might be wondering, like, we all look same, only humans means 2 hands, 2 legs, 2 eyes, 1 nose. Right? But it is based on the level of consciousness. There are 400,000 different varieties of human consciousness. Jalaja Navalakhani Sthavara Shadavimshati. So the description is given that 8.4 million species. Jalaja Navalakhani, there's 9 lakh species are found in the water. Aquatics. Sthavara Shatavimshati, 20 lakh the beats, the animals and the culture we call. So like that, and 4 lakh human beings. And then 20 lakhs, this insects, and then the birds, like that, 8.4 million different varieties. So all depends on karanam guna sangasha. What kind of guna that you associate with, that will become the cause of your sad asad yoni janmasu. So that this verse explains the root cause of living entity falling in this material world is this. Purusha prakratistohi, why the living entity is prakratistohi in this material nature, it comes because of bhungte, desire to enjoy. And as soon as you desire to enjoy, then you come to this material world, and which is dominated by the 3 modes. Karanam guna sanghasya sad asad yoni janmasu. So that is this verse which explains the root cause of why we are here in this material world. So this root cause is basically the desire to enjoy, that we want to be the enjoyer, we want to enjoy. Now we'll understand about that. There is something wrong in having the desire to enjoy. Naturally we want to enjoy, but there is something little wrong, and there's little wrong in the equation cause the bondage in this material world. There's nothing wrong in enjoying, but your desire to enjoy in a wrong way, that is the problem. So we are all actually designed, as Krishna explains in the Bhagavad Gita, Jivara Swarup hoy Nitya Krishna Das. So we are designed to serve Krishna, and by serving Krishna, we are part and parcel of Krishna. We can enjoy. But when the living entity turn away from Krishna and say, no, I don't care about Krishna, I want to enjoy by my own self, that is when the problem happens, and then we fall here in this material world. And then we try to make various arrangements in this world, how I can enjoy more and more and more and more. But again, very little we know that how much ever you try, but we are constantly under the control of the material nature. And an ignorant person does not know that somebody is controlling me. You are thinking I'm a big man, I can make a lot of money and I can enjoy the way I want. But we are constantly controlled by the 3 modes of material nature. So Krishna says, Ahankar bimudatma karta ham iti manyate. Prakrade kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvasha. So we are constantly under the influence of this prakriti, this material nature. And a foolish person, an ignorant person thinks, Ahankar bimudatma karta ham iti manyate. He thinks that I am doing everything, I am enjoying. It's not like that, we are controlled actually. Right. So this is the verse here. Now we see that this association of karanam guna sanghasya, And based on this association with the modes, we get the different bodies in this material world. And we, as you get in touch with the mode, any particular variety of mode, and then you get more and more deeply involved in that mode. So it's a loop. Once you get in touch with some mode, and that you keep increasing that mode, and you keep going down and down and down, unless you understand that I had to come out from this. So eternally, practically eternally, the living entity is bound here in this material world, right? And then how you are influenced, we become so conditioned that we don't realize. We think this is what I want. I don't want to come out from this. Prabhupada gave this story that there was this fisherman, and so he was so conditioned to sleep with that smell of fish. It's very bad smell. So one time then they went out, and somebody made some arrangement for him that you sleep inside. So whole night he couldn't sleep. Why? Because there was no bad smell. So that is the nature of this modes, makes us so conditioned that unless you get that bad smell, you cannot sleep. So people are like that in this material world. There's another example comes in the scriptures of that. Indra. One time Indra, he did the Indra Devta. So he committed some mistake and he was cursed to become a hog, to become a pig. And immediately Indra fell down from his position as a Indra and came to this material world. And when he came, he became a pig, and then he was enjoying his life as a pig. And then he got married with a she pig, and there's a lot of small pig, bacha, families and all of that. So he created his whole samsara there, whole world. He forgot that I was Indra one time, and he was enjoying. And there was a disruption in the Swarg Lok, and then heavenly planet. So one time Brahmaji thought maybe Indra might have learnt his lesson, punishment is done, so I should get him back. So Brahmaji comes and says, hey Indra, come back. You are needed there in the Indra Lok to rule over the Swarg Lok. And this Indra is saying, who are you? He said, I am Brahma, I am the creator. And you are Indra. He said, who is Indra? And he said, no, you are the Indra. He is reminding him, and he is actually insisting him to come back. But Indra was like so much entangled into that life, he was enjoying thoroughly. He said, no, I am not interested in being the Indra again. I am enjoying. What will happen to my wife, my kids? So that is how we become conditioned in this material world, influenced by the modes. You don't understand that what is happening around. So one become happy with, even being the hog and eating some obnoxious stuff, and this I am enjoying. So that is the situation of the living entity, that how we enjoy. So there are different kind of enjoyment. Those people, those who are in Satogun, their enjoyment is different. People in Rajogun, their enjoyment is different. Those are in Tamogun, their enjoyment is different. And Krishna will explain all this in the further. So here, this is actually the Bij. So this Gyan Yoga is beginning from here. Krishna, that root causes this enjoying tendency, right? So this is the seed. Now seed is planted. What is the seed? I want to enjoy. Now seed is planted. To grow the seed, there has to be some water. So then water is what? These three modes are the water to nourish the seed. You have the desire, seed-like desire that I want to enjoy. These three modes will actually facilitate your desires to fulfill, to enjoy. Right? So Krishna will explain that in the 14th chapter now. Three modes of material nature. Seed is here. 13th chapter is telling you what is the seed. 14th chapter will explain you the water. Satogun, Rajogun, Tamogun. Krishna explained in detail. So you want to grow this tree from the seed by watering through the three modes. And what is this tree? So in the 15th chapter, Krishna will explain what is this tree. Urdhva Moolam Adha Shakha. So he says, this material world is compared to the banyan tree, which is upside down tree. So he will explain that this whole world is like a tree. So here is the seed. 14th chapter talks about how to nourish or water the seed, three modes. And then what is this tree is all about. Then 15th chapter explains about that whole tree. And then the 16th chapter, Krishna will explain the extreme of this tree. There is a bottom and there is a top of the tree. So Krishna explained divine and demonic nature. On this tree, in this material world, there are two extremes. One is devotee kind of people and one is demonic people. So that is 16th chapter. divine and demonic mentality. And then there is another category which is neither on the bottom or not on top, but in between. So Krishna talks about that different faiths. That there are people, those who are not demonic, but they are not devotees also. They're in between. So Krishna will talk about them in the 17th chapter. And then finally Krishna concludes the whole Bhagavad Gita in the 18th chapter. So like that, so this verse is the seed that why we are here in this material world and why we are suffering actually. So this is what happens. So different kind of enjoyment based on what kind of mode we are influenced with. So people in Satogun, their way of enjoying the life is different. They like to go to some sattvic places, like go in the nature, right, in some mountains, some gardens, sit peacefully in the nice sunlight, in the open air, maybe read some books. That is their way of enjoying. People in Rajogun, their way of enjoying is constant cutthroat competition, which is, you see the modern society, it's constantly there is a competition, right, that how I can pull down the other people, and the constant anxiety, right. So whole day they'll be doing that, and in the night they want to enjoy by drinking and smoking and watching, binge watching and all of that. That is tamogun. So you see the different varieties of enjoyments, but the root cause is that desire to enjoy. Now when we get trained by this Gyan Yoga with this knowledge, then we should try to shift ourselves. A different kind of happiness. You can be happy, you can enjoy the life, but how you want to enjoy the life. Like a pig is also enjoying the life. So do you want to enjoy the life like a pig? No. Do you want to enjoy the life like with constant competition and anxieties and all of that? No, I want to be just happy and peaceful in my life. So that is the best way, that Satogun. So it is recommended that one should try to develop the Satogun. But Krishna says that is also not good enough. One should not get stuck at the Satogun also. That is also bondage. People get stuck in the Satogun. So Krishna says, Tragunya Vishya Veda Nistragunyo Bhava Arjuna. Goal is go beyond these three modes. So even from Satogun also you should go above. It is just like to understand that Rajogun, Satogun and Tamagun is like if somebody is in a jail. So you ask the person that you know you are in the jail and we're gonna bind you with some rope, some chains. So you have three options. That one is the iron shackle, iron chain. One chain which is made of the silver and one is made of the gold. Which one you like to get bound by? What is the answer? It doesn't make any difference. Either it is gold chain or iron chain or silver chain. Important is how you can come out from the jail itself. That should be the goal. So goal is not that no, now I am bound by the iron chain, so if I can make into some silver or gold, that is not the goal. Goal is how I can come out from this jail. So material, the Krishna explained, this material world is compared to the jail. So the goal of human form of life is how to come out from this jail. So for that, we already understood that why we came into the jail in the first place. Because of some crime. What is that crime? That seed to enjoy independent from Krishna. So we had to give up that desire. Now how to give up that desire that yes, I want to enjoy, but I don't want to enjoy independent from Krishna. I don't want to create my own way of enjoying the life. I want to enjoy what Krishna wants me to enjoy, that way I want to enjoy. Right. So for that, Prabhupada explains here. Yeah, I'll just read this. Okay, Prabhupada is saying how he is put into such different bodies is explained here. It is due to association with the different modes of nature. One is to rise therefore above the three material modes and become situated in the transcendental position. That is called Krishna consciousness. Unless one is situated in Krishna consciousness, his material consciousness will oblige him to transfer from one body to another because he has material desires since time immemorial. But he has to change that conception. Now, how to change that conception that I am the enjoyer, I am enjoying, I don't need Krishna. So, Prabhupada explained that change can be effected only by hearing from authoritative sources. So, here is a secret, here is a solution. We have to change our conception. We are thinking we are the enjoyers. And we are not ready to understand this, that we are not the enjoyers. Somebody else is the enjoyer. Right? Who is the enjoyer? Krishna is the enjoyer. It means we should not enjoy. We can enjoy. How do we enjoy? By serving Krishna. That is our enjoyment. Right? So by hearing, we can change our conception. Now this hearing happens only. See, we are understanding here that association, karanam guna sanghasya, sad asad yoni janmasu. This association with the material nature or the three modes, the root cause of our bondage. And what is the solution from this bondage? Another association. Association is the cause of bondage, and association is the solution of this bondage. Now association with the material nature, material modes is the cause of bondage, and when we associate with the devotees, devotee association, we associate with Krishna. Through Krishna's words, we hear. So Prabhupada is writing here that conception is changed by hearing. So we have to hear this knowledge. We have to read Bhagavad Gita daily. We have to hear Krishna's name. We have to come in the association of devotees. And then gradually our conception start to change. And that is the whole idea of this Krishna consciousness that Prabhupada has created. One time Prabhupada was asked that, Swamiji, why you are building so many temples, opening a lot of centers? Prabhupada says, through my temples I am creating the opportunity for the people for this association. Otherwise we are associated in this material world with all kinds of modes. When we go in the temple, we get the chance to associate with Krishna. Krishna Seva, Krishna Nam, Krishna Prasad, Krishna Katha. And that association will cause the liberation, will become free from this bondage. Right. So this association has been stressed again and again in the scriptures. It is said as he becomes learned in association with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he proportionately relishes his eternal blissful life. So association is the cause and that is the solution. So we should read Bhagavad Gita and we should understand and take the advantage of the association so that we don't get infected by these modes. Why we are infected by these modes? So one time Prabhupada was talking to some of his disciples and the discussion was going on, and one disciple was explaining that, Prabhupada, this modern scientists, they say that it is by chance that we came in this world. And then Prabhupada explains, this is nonsense. This theory of by chance is nonsense. And nothing is by chance in this world. For everything there is a reason, there is a cause. What is by chance is the sign of ignorance. Like Prabhupada gives the example, like when a small child sees sometime he sees a toy, remote control or some battery, something like that. Automatically it is, running toy car or something. So the child might think out of ignorance, by chance it is running. Nobody is controlling it. But there is a control, there is a remote control always. So this material world is not the creation by chance. This is the creation by design, and the design of the Lord. So then these disciples were talking to Prabhupada, and Prabhupada explained that nothing is by chance in this material world. Nothing happens by chance. So like somebody gets infected, say some COVID was going on, you get infected by COVID. You say, by chance I got the COVID. No, it is not by chance. You might have got in touch with someone who was infected. By chance, why you are calling by chance? Because you don't know. You are ignorant. So in the same way, when we come here, we don't know why we have come here, and we say, by chance we came here. So that is why you should get educated, that don't go and mix with the person who is infected. So Prabhupada explains, that is what the Krishna guides us in Bhagavad Gita, that he tells that where you should not associate. Don't go to the place where there is an infection, otherwise you'll also get infected. So don't go to this under the influence of these modes. Be under the influence of transcendental association in Krishna consciousness. Then you will not be infected. Nothing is by chance here. So like that Prabhupada explains here. So this desire, the root cause of being here is that bhunkte prakriti jan gunan. That root cause is that we want to enjoy independent from Krishna. So that tendency has to be changed. How it can be changed is very simple. That it can be changed by if we start enjoying everything in connection with Krishna. Like everybody likes to eat food. So now Krishna is not saying that you don't enjoy the food. Krishna is saying you enjoy the food which is offered to Krishna. So that is the transcendental method has been described by Krishna to release you from this bondage. So when we eat Krishna Prasadam, what happens? You enjoy the nice food which is offered to Krishna, and by eating that food, you give up the tendency to enjoy. Both the things happens. It is this kind of a medicine which is very sweet medicine. You eat that medicine, you like to eat that medicine itself, and also that medicine cures your infection. So that is Krishna Prasadam. In the same way, Krishna Katha. When you listen about Krishna, read Bhagavad Gita, you will enjoy, and then it change your conception. In the same way, Krishna Kirtan, Krishna Nam. So when you chant the holy name gradually, you develop. In the beginning, we may not have the taste for chanting the holy name. Say, oh, if it is enjoyment, then I don't like to chant. So that phenomena is explained by Rupa Goswami, that why we don't like to sit and chant. Like people, you will see that people can sit and talk hours and hours, chit chat. They forget. They go into timelessness. 2 hours are gone, 3 hours are gone, they're talking. But you tell them chant Hare Krishna mantra 10 minutes. Then that one moment looks like the yuga. Oh my God, the time is not passing, it looks like time has stopped. That is the nature. Why? Because there is no taste for chanting the holy name in the beginning. Why there is no taste? So Rupa Goswami explains that taste is not there because when a person who is infected by some disease, jaundice, right? And then that person, if you give him some sweet, because his tongue is infected by the jaundice. So though the sweet is sweet, but he cannot taste that sweet. But what is the solution? Solution is you just keep taking that sweet. And then gradually that will cure your infection. So when the person is infected by jaundice, so doctor sometimes they recommend like sugarcane juice and some sweet items like that. That is the cure. But when you take that, that also tastes bitter. But the solution is kintu adrad anudinam kaluseva justa swadi kramad bhavati tadgad mool handri. Rupa Goswami explains that you keep taking, though it is tasting bitter, still continue to take that. And that will cure the medicine, cure the infection. And once the infection is cured, then immediately you start tasting the sweetness. So in the same way, when at this current condition, we are not able to taste the holy name of the Lord, we should understand that it is because of we are infectious, we are diseased. So we have to cure the disease. Now what is the cure? Cure is keep taking that medicine. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And then we start relishing, start enjoying. So yes, we can enjoy. There are many ways that Krishna is suggesting that you can enjoy. You need not to give up this enjoyment, but give up this tendency to enjoy independent from Krishna, which is the root cause of our bondage in this material world and our suffering in this material world. So that is what Krishna is saying. Dukhalyam ashashvatam. So we'll be reading all those things. Krishna is giving the knowledge here in this section of Jnana Yoga, that people are thinking that we are enjoying in this material world. If I can get this, I can get that, then I can enjoy unlimitedly. But Krishna is saying this place is called Dukhalyam. You cannot enjoy. You can be in illusion of enjoyment, but one cannot enjoy here. The so-called enjoyment is also suffering here. That is how it is. People, they go, they work hard, whole day. They are on the roads, they are in the traffic jams, they have to deal with all kinds of politics, all kinds of pressure, and all kinds of anxieties. And then through that they get something and they try to enjoy. So that is not enjoyment. Already you are going through so much of suffering in so many different forms. Anxieties and unnecessary things going on. Nobody likes that. But there is no way out, unfortunately. So that is why whatever we are put in the situation, if we can make that situation into Krishna consciousness, that is the only the way out to come out from this suffering. So we have to gradually change our conception as being the enjoyer. If we think that I am not the enjoyer, actually I am the enjoyed. So my existence is for the enjoyment of Krishna. It is not for my enjoyment. If I try to give enjoyment to Krishna, and that is what is my enjoyment. So we have to change that conception, and we should strive hard. How can I serve Krishna? How can I please Krishna? How can I give enjoyment to Krishna? And how we give enjoyment to Krishna? By following Krishna's instructions. How do we get Krishna's instructions? From Bhagavad Gita. So we have to read Bhagavad Gita daily, listen to these discourses. We conduct a lot of programs on Gita. So you can listen, understand, ask your questions, practice some small things, and that is how we can become free from all this bondage. So these are some of the thoughts on this verse. Purusha prakriti stohi mungte prakriti jangunan karanam guna sangosha sad asad yoni janmasu. Okay, so we'll pause here. We have to chant one round of Hare Krishna mantra. Anybody has any quick question or any comment? Yes. I can't hear you, Mataji. Can you say loud or give the mic? 1 second. Just giving the mic.
I was asking that does Bhagavad Gita talk about different yuga and how soul got contaminated from Satya Yuga to different yuga and coming to Kali Yuga where there are lots of suffering and lots of pain is happening? Is the same soul going through this, all this yuga and coming to Kali Yuga?
Yeah, same soul. We are going in transmigration since time immemorial. So it is not only just limited to these yugas. These yugas are coming again and again in the cycle. So yes, the same soul is going through all this. Unless we make the solution to come out from this bondage, we have to go through again and again the same cycle of different yugas, the cycle of repeated birth, death, old age and disease in different forms of life, sometimes human beings, sometimes some other form, and different yugas. So the same soul keep going through all these experiences. So this human form of life is the only chance to make the solution, to get free from this bondage. If we miss out this chance, then again we are into the loop of 8.4 million species. So that is why we should take the full advantage of this human form of life by the right association, by understanding this knowledge, and then make the best use of the bad bargain. Okay. Any other questions? Anyone? Yes, you can call it the free from bondage means moksha. But this moksha is also, there's a different varieties of moksha. People say that moksha, but what is that moksha? So we need to understand carefully what is this moksha. So one level of moksha you can understand is that you are free from the bondage of repeated cycle of janma, mrityu, jara, vyadhi, birth, death, old age and disease. You are free. No more birth, no more death, no more old age, no more disease. That is moksha. But just by getting free from that cycle, can you be happy? Is the question. So you're not to leave the family. You need not to leave the family. So there's nothing like that. You have to leave your family. You have to give up your profession or whatever you're doing. That is not the way. Way is here. You become whatever. If you are a mother, become a Krishna conscious mother. You are a wife, become a Krishna conscious wife. So whatever we do, we try to put Krishna in the center. That is the way. So instead of getting attached to so many worldly things and worldly relations, we also get attached to Krishna. And slowly Krishna will conquer our heart. And that is the way out. So it is a misconception that people think that if I get into all this Bhagavad Gita and all that, then I have to give up my family, my relations, what will happen? This is too horrible, it is very painful, scary. So these are misconceptions. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Sthani sthita shruti tanuman manobhir. That wherever you are situated, be situated in your place. Be a householder, be a professional person, no problem. But you should learn how I can bring Krishna in my life. So there's nothing like you have to give up. And that was the argument that Arjuna was giving in the beginning of Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna was saying that I don't fight this battle, I don't want this kingdom also, I'll go to the forest. So that is the proposal that I want to give up everything. I'm just going to the forest. But actually Krishna did not. permit that. Krishna rather scolds Arjuna that this is bogus, going away. That is not the solution. That is not the philosophy of Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says that you have to do your duties. So do your duties, but how to do the duties, that is what is the art that we have to learn from Bhagavad Gita. Right. So we have to do the duties, so many responsibilities, the obligations, everything we have to do, but learn the art that how you do all of that. And while doing all of that, if you learn this art, so that you are not bound in this material world. So that is the way. Okay, that answers your question. So simple thing that what we can start with is, we can start chanting this Hare Krishna mantra. So at least 10 minutes you start giving to Krishna daily. Start bringing Krishna into your life at least for 10 minutes by chanting and hearing Krishna's name. And if possible, in addition to that, another 10 minutes you can read Bhagavad Gita. Just one shlok, one verse from Bhagavad Gita. Read daily. Think of that. Contemplate, meditate, and try to practice that. Slowly you will see that how Krishna will guide you. Krishna says, Dadami buddhi yogam dam. I'll give you the intelligence, what is required in your life. So that is the way. So we start with some small steps to insert in our life in a Krishna conscious way. So this is our sincere request to everyone. If you are not chanting, you can take up this process of chanting every day. It's a very, very powerful process. Daily, just 10 minutes, you invest for your Krishna consciousness and your life will be wonderful. It can result in freeing us from this bondage. Okay. So now I'll chant. Anybody is coming first time here? Please raise your hand. Somebody is coming first time? Okay. So I'm assuming that everybody knows how to chant. So we chant this Hare Krishna Mahamantra on the beats. Every beat we chant the full mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Okay, and in the beginning we'll chant this Panchatattva mantra. You can repeat after me and then Hare Krishna mantra we'll chant together. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Now we'll all chant together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram